Welcome back to News and Views. Who has the best moon buggy? Local engineering students will be vying for bragging rights alongside students from several other countries in the annual NASA-sponsored Moonbuggy Race here in Huntsville. We'd like to mention that our show is being taped a couple of days before the actual competition. And students from Germany came to town early to prepare their buggy for the big event. Joining us now to talk more about their chances in the race is German Space Institute advisor Ralf Heckel. Mr. Heckel, thank you very much for being with us. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
What is it about this race that would bring you all the way from Germany to compete?
That's not a race, that's a journey. It's their way to go into the space business, and it's a fine way. So they are excited now. They work a long time on the moon buggy, and they look forward to make it in the future on a real buggy or on a real spacecraft.
And is this your first trip here to America?
Oh no, it's not my first trip. I come 2 times a week, 2 times a year with students to America and with our teachers back from America to Moscow and to Germany, and we make exchange.
I see. I see. Now, you have part of your team here with us in the studio. I'm going to introduce them now, let them introduce themselves. We'll go to 5 members of the Moonbuggy-Team, German high school Moonbuggy-Team. Yep. And Christian, you're on the left there. We'll start with you. Give us your name and what you do on the team.
So, my name is Christian Hein. I'm from Germany, and I'm a member of the German Moonbuggy-Team 2009 here in Huntsville, Alabama. And my special part is the drivetrain. I designed a self-developed differential gear, which I want to show you on the computer.
Okay.
I hope you see it now. This is a cut of my differential gear. It's a CAD drawing, and you only see here a half of it. So differential gear is used to take the difference of the velocities of the 2 wheels, of the drive wheels, in a turn. So what can I say about that?
Like you've done a great deal to me.
It sounds pretty easy, but there are many things you have to consider when you build such thing, and there are really great forces and torques which you have to consider. So I was really excited about it, to see this thing in real life from these drawings, and yeah, it works now in our moon buggy.
Okay. All right. Next is Anna. Anna, tell us what you do on the team.
Doing some kind of engineering, and I read the NASA blogs, and yeah, just have a little view of all.
Okay, and what is your name and what part of Germany are you from?
Oh, my name is Anne Geyer. I'm from Reichenbach, and that's a small city in Saxony.
Okay. And Fabian, you're next. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Fabian Hoffmann. I'm from Germany too, as you heard. And my area is the telemetry, and I'm going to show you our program, which allows us to analyze the data logged when you drive with the buggy over a course. So the buggy has some systems in a case that allows us to get data from the driving, like acceleration and a G-meter, something like that. And after the race, we can analyze it in this program I want to show you. This is here. And I click on import, and there you can see data are logged before. Yeah, it is from a race before, and so we can use it after the race to check our construction, if parts have to be replaced or something like that. It is very important, because the years before we don't have this, and some parts are broken and damaged, and we want to avoid that. So this program is good for.
Okay, all right. Tommy, you're next. Introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, my name is Tommy Knabe. I'm from Reichenbach too, like Anna. And yes, this is in Eastern Germany. And I've been well, I've been co-pilot and the main actor in engineering of our team.
Okay.
Yes.
Lisa?
Okay. Yes, my name is Lisa Hartenstein. I'm 17 years old. I'm a student of the German Space Education Institute, and I'm the pilot and the first driver of the Moonbuggy-Team.
Okay. Mr. Heckel, I want to talk to you some more. How did you select this group of students to participate in this Moonbuggy race?
It's a history. Or big story.
They're obviously good students, right?
Yes, they are the best. And they are winners today because they are here in Huntsville, Alabama. But we traveled with our car around the schools, around the high schools, more than 50 schools, and went inside and made presentation and sell the ideas of the spirit of the Moonbuggy race. And some students are interested in to make this, but there are some problems some stones on the way to fill this goal. There are some teachers, they can't believe that this is a challenge. There are some parents there have afraid that the students can be not safe in America. This is a political question. Right. And some students live to sleep longer than we needed, yes. And so the selection is very fast in the first 4 weeks, and somebody knows it is not for me. And from 1,400 students, only 12 or 10 say yes, that is exactly what I need and what I want for the future. And these are the students there. Yeah.
Now we're going to have show some video of the Moonbuggy, and I want you to comment as well as the students as we look at the video. Okay. All right.
So that's our Moonbuggy in assembled version. So it's in a cave, in a cube, and they disassembled now.
You have to do this in a matter of seconds. Right?
Yes, it's 6 seconds needs. This is the most challenge to do that because all the body must be stabilism in this time, and when here's the antenna miss, and when they drive the Moonbuggy race, all the systems must go very well. Yes, it's easy to build a Moonbuggy without a full system, perhaps for training, but with a full system you will stand on a mountain of problems.
And Tommy, you and Lisa are the chief peddlers, if I may say so. You have to be in pretty good shape to do this, right?
Yes, we've trained a lot in Germany in fitness studios, and yeah, in Germany we had go by it with this Moonbuggy on some course, and yeah, the special training was here in Huntsville the last few days, and yes, that was all the training.
Now, what is your specific job, Tommy, that you do while you're pedaling? And then I'll ask Lisa what she does.
Yes, my job is I'm the engine.
Okay.
I only give the power to Lisa.
Okay. I'm steering the Moonbuggy, and it's very difficult. And to drive over the obstacles, it's not easy, and you need a lot of power in your legs. So we go, at Germany, we train a lot for power.
Okay, Lisa. We're going to show some more video now of the Moonbuggy actually going over, actually riding it. Okay, so we'll go to that video now.
So that is a hard test here. Lisa is driving fast over an obstacle. You will see it will jump now. And all the system must be good. So we control the pressure. Here you see the board camera. What Lisa have on the left shoulder.
Onboard camera.
Onboard camera. So we can analyze the mistakes of the driver on the course after the first run. And so they can learn for the second run what for the mistakes they can delay. Yes. And we insert this board cam video into our analyzer system program, that we are knowing exactly on which place we have which problem with the telemetry or with the forces on our Moonbuggy.
Now this is innovative ideas that I don't think, do all of the Moonbuggies that are entered in the contest have this sort of thing?
Oh yes, I know that one of the Indian team have a telemetry system of GPS now this year, because they saw it last year of our Moonbuggy. And today we were on the Huntsville university, and there's a college team. They are using sensors for their forces too. I think it's now the correct time to make a science preparatoric or science work on that Moonbuggy, because we are in the future and we want to use future materials like carbon fiber or glass fiber, and you can't build a glass fiber body for the Moonbuggy without any analysis results. It's not possible. It will broken and you have no time to build another.
How fast does the buggy actually go?
So we have a special gear, 5 special gears inside, and I don't know if I can say now before the race is. We can make a slow speed of 2 miles per hour. We can climb steps with that, and the fast is a high-speed drive. We can go by 40-45 miles per hour on the highway.
Wow. It's moving on, yeah. I want to ask one of the students, and feel free, any of you, to answer this question. I know all of you were involved in building of the Moonbuggy. Talk about what that was like and what all went into that. Okay, who's going to, Anna, you going to do that? Yeah. Okay.
I think you repeat the question along.
You have to repeat the question.
Okay, I know all of you were involved in the building of the Moonbuggy. Talk to one of you, or all of you, talk about what that was like to build your own Moonbuggy and put all these innovations into your equipment.
Das beste Erlebnis.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it is for us. It is very important to see that something you invented on the computer, you see it in the virtuality.
Developed, yeah.
And if you see it, the parts are built in a factory or somewhere, that is the most exciting, I think. It's for me, yeah, I speak for me, and yeah, I found it great when you done it and you see it works.
I see, yeah, okay. Any other comments? Christian, you or Anna want to talk about that?
Maybe I can add something, yes. We spent a lot of time to build that Moonbuggy, and we had to spend nearly all the last weekends and weeks to finish our Moonbuggy. So you can say it's a challenge that is very, very hard to get in. So I only can say what Fabian says is right.
I was seeing his eyes as he get his differential gear. First time after producing, he takes the papers to the factory, and the master said it's no possible, it's too complicated, more than 100 pieces, it don't work. Yes, and after them he was wondered and surprised that it works. Yes, in the first moment it don't work because he said you forgot the paper inside between that the oil not go out. Yes, and the paper is a small piece of inch, and then it works. And then as I saw his eyes as the differential gear was inside of the Moonbuggy, and it was really hard, and it works, and it's not broken. And so this is a challenge they don't have before they enter the college or the high school. And I think nobody can touch this experience. Yes.
Okay, we have some more video we're going to show you, and I'd like you to talk about that, Mr. Heckel, along with some of the students, if they would like to. I believe this is Tommy working on the Moonbuggy, correct?
Yes, he's working on the high school Center for Technology here. We have to assemble it after our journey with the airplane to America. He's explained now the short message display, the data logger, and the transmitter in our computer case. Here are the data receiving and sending to the Mission Control Center. And the problem is that we must disassemble our Moonbuggy to put all pieces in our luggages and come back to America.
So it didn't come in one piece from your country?
No, it's not possible. We have to pay $2,000 for each course, and it's not possible for the course. We must pay the flight tickets. It's important too. Here's the GPS mouse, and it receives GPS data coming into the case. And it's on the back of the car where the second driver, Tommy, is sitting, and he is the controller then. And he can receive messages from the mission control center, perhaps come back to the meal or someone, yes? So here's the board camera, as you saw the movie there. There's an old one, but these have the right size for the rules for NASA, but we don't want to have a fake camera, we want to have a real camera, so we put in there a digital camera to record our race.
How much did it cost to build this Moonbuggy?
It's not easy to say because some pieces are donated and we pay nothing for that, and some pieces we have to buy, and so for this price we have to collect donators' money. So now the Moonbuggy is growing up in the last 2-3 years. It's a development. The first Moonbuggy was similar, but with other pieces inside on the axis and so on. Now, when I say collect all cumulative receipts, more than $50,000, the project, yes. And that is the second challenge for the students. They have to make by themselves it. They have to go to the donators, to the people, to click the doors and ask, you can help me, yes. And in the first time they get a lot of no's. And now they have evidence, and they have the spacesuits, and they present the companies on the spacesuits. It is easier.
How did you hear about this race? Over the internet? Did someone from NASA inform you of this?
Yes, someone called me and said there's a Moonbuggy race, and they have some problems to growing up it because NASA was going out with some money after the disaster of the shuttle and concentrate on the new Ares rocket program, and this is and I understand this. Yes, you must concentrate on the goal, and some events after them they must stand up on their own legs by foot, like the Moonbuggy race now. And so I went with my wife to Huntsville in the early spring in 2006, and saw the Moonbuggy race. And so as I was young, 15, 16 years old, I had a small discotheque. Yes, I made this as disc jockey with boxes and amplifiers and so on. And I had no car to transport it. And my father said, "No, our car from the family, build it yourself." So I built a small car with a fuel engine motor by myself, and went the next 10 miles far to the next village and make my discotheque. Yes, and I said, this is a nice challenge here. Yes, this is difficult, and the fault mechanism, and that started in Germany, and it was hard the first year, but we did it.
What was the students' reaction when you told them, how would you like to enter a Moonbuggy race in America? What kind of reaction did you get?
So we are traveling with the students around all space places, so they follow us, yes. My wife is a space ambassador for the space camp and in Russia, and they follow us. When I say, come, let us make that, it's a challenge, and nobody do it before, then they want to do that, yes. And but the spirit they get where in the time as the development is, yes. They understand that it is not easy. They understand this is a hard one, and they understand that if they make the mistake, this is their mistake, and they have the problem. So nobody will help them, and this is a very nice experience.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go back to the video, and we'll see. Some of the students working on the Moonbuggy here, so tell us what they're doing.
Yes, they have to fix some things on the computer because the computer was too large, and Tommy had too large foots, and he hits the computer as he drove it, and so he had to change. And this is the first time where these students are constructing not in millimeters, meters or centimeters, they made it in inch. You see it. And it's completely new for them, but this is in the Center for Technology. They have a lot of machines, and they are knowing a lot of machines because they made it itself in
It's part of the experiment. You have to adjust to things like you have breakdowns, or you have to make adjustments to things like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously they're doing a good job here. Yeah.
I think so, yes. I do it alone.
What is he doing there? What was
this is a brake, and Lisa can't touch the brake, and for the strong forces, and so they made the stick a little bit longer and so on.
I'll go back to some of the students. Christian, let me ask you, do you want to follow in the space industry someday? What would you like to do later in life? And obviously you're going to go to engineering school, right?
Yeah, I'm studying at the Technical University of Dresden, engineering. So it would be good to be an engineer sometime. And yes, I love aerospace techniques, and I really hope to get in all this stuff here to get an aeronautics engineer.
Okay. Anna, you'd like to tell us what you hope to do later in life?
Just today we had some interesting. We went to the UAH and they have some IPT class. And so they work with NASA, and I definitely want to come here again and take part in these class, maybe for 1 or 2 semester. And yeah, I hope to get an engineer too, and maybe work with NASA, and just maybe if it's possible, fly to Moon or Mars. So that would be great, yeah.
Okay. Fabian?
Yeah, I like to stay on ground, not to Moon and Mars. I'm the guy who wants to be with 2 feet on the ground. But yeah, I'm a native Christian, so my goal is to get my diploma for the mechanical engineering and yeah, see what's next.
Okay. Tommy?
Yeah, I would stay on the ground too. I make my A levels at this time, and yeah, later I want to learn or to study engineering. Maybe in aeronautics. Anne had said that we was at the UAH just per hours ago, and yes, I want to come to Huntsville too, and yeah, maybe I construct some rockets every day, a day.
All right, Lisa.
Yes, I have to go to school now, so I want to do an exchange here. I want to go to New Zealand in this year, up to July. And for my future, I don't know.
You want to stay on the ground?
Yes, I'm too.
Mr. Heckel, I know you wanted to talk about the student exchange program, and of course the students brought that up. Why do you feel it is so important for students to study in other countries?
I see that we made more flight hours with the students to not stay on the ground, to go into space, yes. I think that we need bridges between our countries. There are so a lot of things that we are understood as politicians, some things. And you see in the faces of that students, they were on the UAH, they made the Moonbuggy Race, or make it, and so they have the idea to make it here, or to go to there, and to make that. And that's important. So we went around the world, interest students. We have a school in Africa, we have a school in the university in Russia. We have here good partners in the USA, and 5 space centers in USA. And that's our mission. We cannot go to the Moon and Mars because we are too old for that, yes. But we can open doors to do that for the future, and that's the reason that we do it.
And Huntsville is a big part of it.
Yes, Huntsville is a moon rocket city, and there's other rocket cities, and we want to connect them. Yes, to connect. We have some grassroots student exchange programs. We invite to workshops, make a Moonbuggy, make some electronic systems, or turn around the tracks of Werner von Braun or Sergei Korolev. This is the designer of Sputnik. So these are the same person. Yes, the same people who developed the space, who made this in the history, and now we are some days before the next launch to the Moon and to the Mars, and so we involve the students into that programs because they want to have to make it in the future. When we involve now adult engineers in some programs, so they go to pension and to go old when we went to space to Mars, and it is not possible. They can repair their own made things. So let's make the students. That's our profession there. And so we have some programs to go to Moscow, to go in the Star City, to see the launch in Baikonur, and with American and German students. And otherwise go with Russian students to here, to Huntsville, to Cape Canaveral, to see the launch, to work with them together, to understand them. You know, they have a cell phone, they have an email, they have a Skype, and this is the same in the whole world. And this is not a long distance. Yes, the long distance is only the wall in head. Yes, and that we must broken. We East Germans, we know how we can do it.
Mr. Heckel, is there a website that anyone can go to that if they're interested in more information about the
There's a website, but we must create it by ourselves. Now it's, excuse me, it's most of them is in German language. It is spacepass.de, www.space like space pass like a travel pass. .de, but you can send us an email to moonbuggy@spacepass.de, so our students get all our students get this email address received on their computer and can answer. So we want to growing up our email, our web page in the next time into 3 languages, German, Russian and English, that they can understand between and the chat inside. But all that costs money, and if we invest that money in a web page, we won't not be here.
We're going to continue our conversation in just a moment. We'll be back with more news and views in just a moment.